Hi there, Jim Casey here, and welcome to video number 5 of AMS's 9-part video series. In the last video, we went into quite a bit of detail on lead management systems, or LMS. Today we'll explore one of the technologies that feeds your lead management system, websites. Specifically, we're going to look at the 5 mistakes you must avoid. Websites are like opinions. Everyone has one these days. But just having one means nothing unless you truly understand all the mechanisms that make it work. So let's get started at examining what works and what doesn't when you sit down to create or fix up your website. Ask yourself what the purpose of your website is. Here's a hint. Its purpose is the same as all of your marketing, whether it's yellow pages, print ads, radio, or television. The website is there to generate revenue. But to generate revenue, it has to compel the prospect or web surfers into either leaving their contact information so you can follow up with them or to call your place of business. So, one of the things you absolutely need to know is how many unique visitors you get to your website. And of these unique visitors, how many do you convert to prospects that leave their email address or other contact information? Consider the following. If you had 1,000 visitors and only converted 1 to a client, would you be happy with that? Probably not. Now let's say you had 10 visitors and converted 1. That would be significantly better. But the truth is, we all need to be thinking about how we can turn 1 conversion into 2 or 3 conversions. This is why you need to know your numbers. Today, most businesses don't. They insert as much information on their site as possible, often in an unorganized or difficult to navigate manner. The result is prospects end up leaving as quickly as they came. This leads to the next vital piece of information you need to collect. You must know how long your visitors spend at your site. It's a sad fact today that many businesses spend thousands of dollars on their websites with 0 return. Sadder yet is that most of these websites could be easily fixed by simply eliminating the 5 common mistakes that 98% of all websites have. Here's the first one, and it's a biggie. Having a website designer, a graphic designer, or a relative create your website to give you what you like. Today's internet marketers design what works through testing. The marketplace always tells you what works. If you spend the time to go to numerous internet marketing seminars and study the people who are making money with websites, you'll discover that all of them are using the same system. They do this because it produces sales. There's no magic formula, no secret ingredient, just knowledge and replicating success. Basically, the same formula we have already reviewed with technology. Never recreate anything when you can purchase tested and proven capabilities. If you want to have a successful website, use direct response copy and make the site so easy to navigate, the newest of web surfers could do it. Use copy that's compelling. Let your prospects know that you have the answers to their problems, needs, wants, and desires through the information you provide at the site. Now it's time for the second secret. Don't give that information to them. Not right away, at least. You trade it. You trade it for their contact information. The second mistake that people make on websites is not providing email opt-ins. Opt-in is a website term that simply means the prospect voluntarily gives you their contact information with the understanding that they will be receiving additional emails, information, or contact. Instead of using opt-ins, most websites give potential prospects every bit of information they have, hoping that might be enough to get them to contact you. Remember, people are looking for information to make a decision. If you don't capture their information, you lose the opportunity to put them into a relationship building program where you can differentiate yourself against the competition. Surfers go from one website to another, constantly looking for answers to their problem. Given this reality, what we want to do is trade solutions for information, and a good website design is going to do that. In fact, you may need multiple opt-ins if you're solving multiple problems at your site. Getting prospects to opt in builds your database. This is how you start to build your database of qualified prospects that can be marketed very inexpensively through emails. And this leads us to the third mistake many websites have. They fail to employ email autoresponders. What we're talking about is a natural progression. We start with compelling copy to get the visitor to opt in, and then we immediately follow up with that prospect by sending an email thanking them for visiting. Finally, when the prospect hits the submit button, make sure that they get feedback telling them that their request has been received. When nothing happens, prospects keep clicking on the submit icon and get frustrated. Keep them happy and let them know you got their request. Then make sure you send out the email. If you remember what we discussed in previous videos, you already know that you can't stop there. No one can expect to convert a prospect with one email. You will not build a relationship of trust and confidence with just one follow-up. You have to keep in touch with a regular frequency. That's how anyone builds a relationship. That's how we make the sale. We provide prospects with information in a sequenced fashion so that when they're ready to do business, we're there. We've positioned ourselves as the knowledgeable expert willing to share information that helps solve their problem. Another big mistake committed by many businesses is that they only email from their website. They don't employ snail mail. Remember, with today's emails, only about half are getting through, and even fewer are actually being read. The rest can't get through the spam filters on your prospects' computers. In this case, we can't be sure that our message had actually been received. Given this reality, you have to have a way of getting all your prospects' contact information so that you can snail mail the information they need as well as email it. Here's another reason why it's important to get more information rather than less. People often change their email address. Sometimes they give you their work email and then they change jobs. The lifetime value of a customer is worth the small cost of 12 letters or postcards in a year. As technology advances, you must keep pace. There's never been a truer statement than this when you're dealing with the internet. If you're a year behind, it's like having a black and white TV when everybody around you has flat screen, high definition TV. So how does this equate to your website? Well, if you don't have audio or video on your website, don't expect your conversions to be as high as they could be. People are getting conditioned to having information handed to them in easily consumable formats. CNN has changed the way we watch the news and raised our expectations on how information is handed off. We have to put audio and video on our website just to keep a prospect's attention. You need to tell them exactly what you need them to do and help them navigate the website. Audio and video also lends an air of intimacy to the website. We all recognize that the best way to build a relationship is with face-to-face contact. You can see the body language, you can see facial expressions, and hear the tonal inflections of the voice. The next best thing is voice contact. Once again, you can hear tonal inflections. Ultimately, all of our marketing is targeted at building a relationship that conveys honesty and trust. Audio and video are tools that do this much more effectively than just straight printed copy, so you need to use them on your website. So far, we've talked about websites and some of the things you need to have, such as opt-ins and audio and video. We've also discussed the issue of following the work of internet marketers who are already successful. Here's something else for you to consider. You don't run one ad to attract all your prospects. Neither should you use one website to market your products and services on the internet. There are multiple types of websites: image-style websites or branded websites. Branded websites clearly identify you as the sponsor. Surfers know what kind of business the website owner is in. They know the name of the company and what their products and services are. You can and should also have unbranded websites as well. The unbranded website performs a specific function. These sites are used when you just want to provide information or free reports which solve a specific problem. There's no reference to the sponsor, their profession, or their business. The prospect at this point would not look at the information being provided as being biased because they don't know who the sponsor is. For example, a chiropractor provides a free report on how to eliminate back pain. A website surfer visiting a branded website may not even believe in chiropractors. Knowing a chiropractor was sponsoring the site would probably suppress a prospect's request for more information before the report was even read. If, however, the same surfer found a report on back pain at an unbranded website, they would have the benefit of having read the chiropractor's report before they made a decision. And if the report was good, it may even convince the surfer to take the next step. Unbranded websites can provide substantially more leads than branded websites. Here's an example of an unbranded website for people looking for a solution to a specific problem. Let's take dentistry. If you just specialize in dental implants, you might want a website like this, one that is dental implant specific and shouldn't distract the prospect from the single reason why he or she went there. After the prospect has opted in, then you can give them access to all the other procedures that you perform. If you're in the funeral or cemetery business, you may want people to get information on cremation and cremation only. On the other hand, you might want to offer people access to all of your information and all the products and services that you provide, but make them opt in for the information they want to receive first. Once the prospect does that, everything else can happen automatically. Their contact information is stored in your website database. What they requested is sent by email and snail mail if you choose that option. And the rest of the marketing messages are ready to go in a predetermined marketing sequence.
I've increased my patient flow to at least 20 to 30 new patients a month, earning an extra $10,000 a month off the internet. I've just moved from a strip mall to a brand new multi-million-dollar building. I'm easily got a multi-million-dollar practice, and AMS is doing nothing but just adding to that and adding more patients, reactivation. People find me on the net. They're already pre-sold. They come in ready to go. I really don't have to do anything. I'd recommend AMS to anybody if they want to take an exponential rise up in their income level in dentistry.
I used one of Ed's ads, positioned it properly, had a toll-free number. I had excellent results with it, excellent revenues were generated with it, and to be honest with you, I wouldn't go back to doing anything else because this worked better than anything I've tried before.
As a result of the AMS system, we went from 50 grand to 350 grand within a 12-month period.
In our next video, we're going to focus on branded hotlines. We will look at when and how to use them, listen to live examples of recorded messages, and you'll be offered the opportunity to get AMS's free report on hotlines called The Miracle of Recorded Messages. So make sure you watch out for video 6. Once again, thanks for your time today, and I'll see you soon. For AMS, I'm Jim Casey.